Have you ever made a promise to yourself and broken it? Maybe you decided you'd wake up early, start that project, or eat healthier, only to find yourself hitting snooze, scrolling on your phone, or reaching for junk food just a few hours later. It's a frustrating feeling, isn't it? It feels like there are two versions of you at war inside your own head. One version knows what you need to do, the person you want to become. The other version is drawn to comfort, to ease, to the path of least resistance. You feel like you're fighting a losing battle against your own impulses. What if I told you that this battle isn't about willpower? It's not about forcing yourself to do things you hate. It's about something much deeper. It's about learning to control the one thing you have absolute power over, your mind. What if the secret to building unbreakable discipline and living a life of true, deep-seated honesty wasn't about adding more rules, but about understanding the rules of your own inner world? Today, we're not just going to talk about theories. We're going to explore this idea through a short, powerful story. A story about a choice, a piece of wood, and the discovery that the greatest masterpiece you will ever build is yourself. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you will have a new framework for mastering your thoughts and, in turn, mastering your life. The ancient Stoic philosophers, men like Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, and Seneca, his advisor, had a term for this internal fortress we're trying to build. They called it the inner citadel. This wasn't a physical place, but a fortress of the mind. It was a space within you that no external event, no insult from another person, no misfortune could ever touch. It was a sanctuary of peace and strength built from your own thoughts, judgments, and principles. The core idea is simple, yet it's the most profound truth you can ever grasp. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can always, always control how you respond. This is the foundation of all personal power. Discipline, then, isn't about white-knuckling your way through life. It's the act of guarding your inner citadel. It's the daily practice of choosing your response, of aligning your actions with your values, regardless of how you feel in the moment. And honesty? Honesty is the bedrock of that citadel. It's not just about telling the truth to others. It's about being truthful with yourself about what you can and cannot control, and about whether your actions reflect the person you claim you want to be. This is where so many of us stumble. We think discipline is about grand gestures, but it's really about the million tiny, honest choices we make when no one is watching. To make this real, let me tell you the story of a young man named Elian. Elian was an apprentice to the most renowned carpenter in the kingdom, an old master named Silas. Silas didn't just teach Elian how to shape wood, he taught him how to shape himself. One day, the king commissioned a special chest, a gift for a neighboring monarch. It was to be made from a single flawless piece of ancient oak, a wood so rare it was worth more than gold. The project was given to Silas, and he, in turn, entrusted the most intricate carving to his promising apprentice, Elian. The outside of this chest must be perfect, Silas instructed, but the king has a strange request. The inside must be just as flawlessly carved, even though it will be lined with velvet and no one will ever see it. Elian was thrilled. This was his chance to prove himself. For weeks he worked tirelessly. The exterior carvings were magnificent. Scenes of history and nature flowed across the wood. He poured all his skill into it. Then he turned to the inside. It was tedious, difficult work. The angles were awkward and his tools felt clumsy. One afternoon, tired and frustrated, a thought crept into his mind. No one will ever see this. The velvet will cover it all. I could just smooth it down quickly. No one would know the difference. I could save myself a week of work. The thought was a tempting whisper. It promised ease, rest, and an early finish. He pictured himself done with the project, receiving the praise, the reward. But then he remembered Silas's words from his first day of apprenticeship. A man's character is like the grain in a piece of wood. You can stain it, you can polish it, but you can't hide its true nature. The quality of your work when no one is watching is the true measure of your worth. Elian looked at the rough, unfinished wood on the inside of the chest. He realized the choice wasn't about the chest anymore. It was about him. He could choose the easy path and create a beautiful lie, a perfect exterior hiding a flawed core. Or he could choose the difficult path and build something of true integrity, inside and out. The battle in his mind was fierce. The voice of comfort was loud, but the voice of his master, the voice of his own aspiring character, was clearer. He picked up his finest chisel and went back to work, slowly, meticulously carving the inside until it was as perfect as the outside. When the chest was finished, the king was astounded. He ran his hands over the exterior carvings, marveling at the skill. Then he opened the lid and pulled back the velvet lining. He was silent for a long moment, tracing the intricate patterns inside that were meant to be hidden forever. He looked at Elian and said, "I knew your master would choose an apprentice of true character." Elian was confused. "Your Majesty, how could you know?" The king smiled. "Because I am not the one who commissioned this chest. I am a humble messenger. The man who ordered it is a wealthy merchant who believes that what is on the inside is what truly matters. He told me, 'Find me a craftsman who makes the hidden parts as beautiful as the seen, and you will have found me an honest man worthy of all my business.'" Elian's story is our story. Every single day, we are faced with the choice to carve the inside of the chest, the choice to do the work no one will see, the choice to be honest with ourselves when a shortcut is tempting. This is the heart of discipline. It's not about the applause, it's about the integrity of the act itself. So how do we apply this? How do we become the person who chooses to carve the inside of the chest, even when we're tired and no one is watching? Here are 4 practical, Stoic-inspired steps you can begin today. First, you must define your principles. What does honesty mean to you? What does discipline look like in your daily life? You can't build a fortress if you don't have a blueprint. Take out a piece of paper or open a note on your phone and write down 3 to 5 values that are non-negotiable for you. Maybe it's integrity, my actions match my words. Or growth, I will do something small every day to improve. Or presence, I will give my full attention to the task at hand. These are your architectural plans. They are the standard against which you will measure your choices. Don't make it complicated. Keep it simple and clear. This isn't a one-time task. Revisit it often. These are the words that will guide you when the tempting voice of comfort whispers in your ear. Second, practice voluntary discomfort. The Stoics did this all the time. Seneca would intentionally eat simple food or sleep on the floor for a few days. Why? Not to punish himself, but to train his mind. He was teaching himself that he could endure hardship, that his happiness wasn't dependent on comfort. You can do this in small ways. Take a cold shower. Skip that sugary snack you crave in the afternoon. Do your workout even when you don't feel like it. Walk instead of driving. Each time you choose a harder path on purpose, you are doing one crucial thing. You are proving to your mind, not your fleeting feelings or impulses. You are strengthening the discipline muscle. It's like lifting weights for your character. The more you do it, the stronger you become, and the easier it gets to make the right choice when it really matters. Third, implement a decision journal. This is a powerful tool. At the end of each day, take just 5 minutes to reflect on 1 or 2 key decisions you made. Ask yourself 3 questions. What was the situation? What did I choose to do? Did that choice align with my principles? This isn't about judging yourself harshly. It's about creating awareness. Maybe you chose to scroll on social media instead of reading that book you promised you would. In your journal, you'd write it down without shame. I chose comfort over growth. The simple act of acknowledging this honestly begins to rewire your brain. You start to see the patterns. You see where the voice of ease is winning the battles. The next day, you are more prepared, more mindful. You are no longer sleepwalking through your choices. You are an active participant in the creation of your character. It's a conversation with yourself, an honest audit of your day that makes the next one better. Fourth, and finally, master the art of starting small. We often fail at discipline because we try to change everything at once. We go from 0 to 100 and burn out in a week. The secret is to build momentum with atomic habits, tiny actions that are too small to fail. You don't have to commit to reading a book a week. Commit to reading 1 page a day. You don't have to commit to a 1-hour workout. Commit to doing 5 push-ups when you wake up. Elian didn't carve the entire chest in a single day. He did it one small, deliberate cut at a time. Each tiny action is a vote for the person you want to become. 1 page is a vote for being a reader. 5 push-ups is a vote for being a disciplined person. These small, honest efforts accumulate. They build an identity. Soon, you're not just trying to be disciplined, you simply are. You are the person who does the hard thing, not because you have to, but because that's who you are. Remember, controlling your mind is not about emptying it or silencing your thoughts. It's about observing them without attachment and choosing which ones to act on. Your mind will always offer you the easy path. It will always whisper temptations of comfort and shortcuts. Your job is not to silence that voice, but to build a stronger one. The voice of your principles, your character, your inner citadel. That is the voice that says, "I will do the work that matters, especially when no one is watching." That is the voice of true power. The power to control your mind is the power to build yourself from the inside out. Just like Elian and his chest, the world may only see the polished exterior, but you and only you will know the integrity and strength that was carved into the hidden places. And ultimately, that is the only approval that truly matters. This journey isn't easy. There will be days you fail, days you choose the shortcut. That's okay. That's part of being human. The goal isn't perfection. It's progress. It's about getting back up, picking up your chisel, and making the next right choice. It's about remembering that every single moment is a new opportunity to build that inner citadel, to lay another stone in the foundation of your character. You have this power within you right now, the power to choose your response, to act with honesty, and to build a life of discipline. One small, conscious decision at a time. Start today. Start now. If this story resonated with you, show your support by liking and subscribing for more wisdom. What's one small act of discipline you'll commit to today? Share it below, and let's build our inner citadels together.